Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast that never sleeps. Happy to have you. With me always is Jared. What's up, Jared?
Hey, welcome back.
Welcome back. It's Tuesday, the best day of the freaking week, ladies and gentlemen. So, Jared, we got a freaking cool show, dude.
Yeah, a lot of crazy stuff going on, a lot of changes going on out there. So yeah, everybody live. I'm excited to hear what you have to say today.
Yeah, 100%. And so I'll tell people what I'm diving into, but first, will you tell them what you're hopping into?
Yeah. So Elon Musk predicts Terminator, basically. I'm going to show you what he said, what the technology is, how long do we have before Terminator takes over, and that's game over for us, right?
Yeah.
So we'll get into that. Cool videos to watch together, kind of react to what we're watching and get your feedback. And then you have something fun.
Indeed. So yeah, I wanted to do a Christopher Nolan movie ranking list. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Him and Goyer, oh my God.
1 through 12. There's 12 films.
Yeah.
And only one can be number one. Only one can be number two.
So we're ranking it that way.
It's not a tier list, it's a ranking list.
Right.
And I think it's going to be quite exciting. You ready to jump in, my boy?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do.
Roll it.
So, man, I got my disappointed face on. You like the end of Loki season 2?
Yeah.
Him with the green time. It sounds like something I would make up. It really does.
A ghost, a ghoul, a goblin, a monster, a werewolf.
Went on and wrote in the comments, I was going to say that came out great.
You're off to a great start.
Yeah. We got some fun stuff planned today. We got some goods. Always, baby. Who's got the goods? We do.
McKenna, welcome to the chat.
McKenna, always a pleasure. So, yeah, by the way, somebody that watches us consistently, they said, are you guys in the same room?
That's funny.
I know. And they're like, or do you guys is it like from different locations?
Look at the background.
That's why I said it's the same background. They're like, well, sort of. I'm like, but maybe you guys do that from different locations. And it's because we're split screen. I think people think I'm from Las Vegas and you're in Wisconsin.
Yeah, because a lot of shows have that like third angle where it shows both people.
And we used to do that. Remember?
We used to do
Sub-Geo. We used to do that. And it was actually sort of dope. I was watching an episode from
if you stay to the end, you'll see us actually interact with each other physically with a high five and talk. So you gotta wait. You gotta make it to the end.
You're right. We do a backup full screen mode.
Yeah.
And people would know that we're in the same room. People don't watch till the very end. That's what it is.
That's what it is. So
like when we're pointing at the thumbnails, people aren't watching that.
Yeah. So now you know.
Now you know.
Stay to the end.
So now I know who's watching and who isn't.
Exactly.
I'll be like, hey, you think we're in the same room or not? They'll be like, clearly you are because you guys high five. I'm like, boom, you watch till the end. All right, anyway.
It's pretty much tradition.
It is. So how about we, let's get started.
Okay.
So you were telling me Elon Musk is saying Terminator is basically inevitable.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about what's going on in the news. War everywhere right now, right?
Elon in the news. Can't think of anything.
Yeah. His name's coming up a lot right now.
Yeah, okay.
So I wanted to start off with something that happened in the news today, which is
topical.
A new government department. So how do you keep a government department in check? You create another department to watch that department.
And then who watches that
department? And then that department needs this. So we created a task force geared towards the declassification of secrets, government secrets.
It's called Skynet.
That's what they're called. They're called the Task Force for Declassification of Government Secrets.
TDG.
I wonder what they'll actually, short.
It'll be like, something silly.
Yeah, and Luna, who been in every UAP hearing. She's very outspoken about the declassification of UAP files. She is in charge of this task force. So I like that. I like that they put her in charge because she's been at every hearing asking these poignant questions, trying to get to the bottom of the UAP topic. So I want to play a video here. She's
part of the momentary environmental movement enforcement.
Okay.
Me?
That's a thing?
Me?
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. Anyway, I thought that would hit harder than it did.
I didn't get it. I thought it was a real thing because these people are a part
They're
of
part
of
a million different
programs.
Always.
They have like 50 things they head up. So let's play this first video. This is News Nation, and they go live at the Capitol to announce the creation of this new department. I'm all for this. This is what we wanted.
Yeah,
we want the JFK files, the RFK files, the MLK files. We want UAP files. Give it to the public and stop hiding everything from your own people.
Yeah,
start
monsters.
Serving the people, and this is what this is for. So
we pay your salary.
Yeah, let's
tell them that.
Yeah.
You yelled at them and you screamed that at them.
Yeah,
I'm your boss.
What's funny is it's the people that we don't vote for that get to run all this stuff. Like, how does that make any freaking sense?
Yeah,
they get to hide it from the elected officials. Like, what?
Yeah, that's the best.
Who
they just work their way up the ranks.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we know there were certain people who tried to get rid of this model in the 60s, and those people were taken care of by the people that like this model.
Yeah.
So,
and now we're trying to get their files uncovered.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Is there a TS on this?
No. Let's just start it from the beginning, and then we'll do a little time jump once we
Thank you all for being here. Cool. Yeah. Today is a great day for transparency in America. Because today I'm proud to announce the creation of the Task Force on the Declassification of Federal Secrets. This task force will be a part of the House Oversight Committee and led by the very talented and persistent Congresswoman from Florida, Anna Paulina Luna. During her time on the Oversight Committee, Representative Luna is a sledgehammer against government secrecy. She is committed to throwing open the windows for the American people to allow the sunlight of truth shine on the federal government. I can think of no better person in Congress to lead this task force than Representative Luna. Last month, President Trump signed an executive order to begin the process to declassify information.
Faces of 6, bodies of solid 7.5.
And MLK. This task force serves to build on President Trump's actions. For far too long, the American people have had reasonable questions
100%,
of
right?
their government, which they fund every day,
Mr. Mackey,
about certain issues.
Okay.
And for far too long, the federal government has not answered these questions.
Agree. So jump to 256.
Distrust
this was my favorite
in our
part
institutions.
Of the
that ends today.
She goes on to introduce herself and
she says all the same things.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
I'd like to say,
yeah, she does his accent.
The Department of Defense, the Department of Justice will be conducting investigations into the following: the assassinations of JFK, RFK, and Dr. Martin Luther King, unidentified aerial phenomena, also known as UAPs, unidentified submerged objects, also known as USOs, the Epstein client list, COVID-19, and the 9/11 files.
Yes!
What?
This task force will be a beacon of bipartisanship. On the Republican side, Representatives Burchett, Boebert, Burleson, Crane, Gill, and Mace will be joining me, although I'd like to note that I'm expanding.
This will be bipartisan between Republicans and MAGA. Dope, okay.
This to the entire governing body, and we'll be allowing certain members to waive on. Our first hearing is set for March. The date will be announced soon, and we've already initiated close to a dozen communications with various agencies, to include Pam Bondi at the Department of Justice.
Dope.
And the Secretary of State.
Yay!
Wow.
Okay.
This will no longer be a task force that makes bold promises only to fade into.
Is that it?
Yeah.
I say that calls for a round of applause.
Yeah.
Dude, UAPs, and separately she said UAPs and USOs.
Yeah.
Distinction. Yep. And she said 9/11.
The 9/11 Epstein files. So they want to get to the bottom of all these things. Everybody, they've been breezing past this stuff because of our news cycle for so long. People still want answers to a lot of these old questions.
I know.
And this panel, this task force is going to give us those answers, hopefully.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah.
So that's a big win. So for the UAP community, hey, we've got a task force that's public facing, not internal only. We've got it. Yeah.
I think that was directly for this show.
Yeah, right.
9/11, which we've discussed, and Ed had a full episode about UAPs, full episodes about USOs. We did a specific episode just for USOs. So is it fair to say that Luna's talking directly to the TPTNS crew?
Yeah, she's
I think that's
obviously a fan of the show.
Clearly, very
much. She's like,
so.
we need a task force because these guys have questions.
Moose Heaven backwards is Luna. No.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
Thanks, Moose Heaven.
It's Luna Anna. Yeah, wink, wink. We know. We got it. Thank you.
So cool. So initial thoughts. What do you think? Are we going to get some real? Is there teeth here? Are they going to show us something?
I hope so. Yeah.
Is it just going to be another task force for the sake of a task force? We had like these task force in the past, like these panels.
And got nothing.
Like on the assassinations. They uncovered a few new things, but nothing changed.
Well, some things were just jokes, like the Warren Commission.
Yeah. That was
head up by, what's his name?
Yeah, Dulles.
Yeah. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, just a joke. So, we won't know until we know.
Not even a government official at the time. He was a former CIA
Yeah, I used to work with people that you know. Yeah, what?
No, but they were like, oh, if anyone's going to have, let's make sure we get you there.
Yeah. The what commission? Okay, I got the best guy. Trust me.
He already planned this out probably, so let's just let him do it.
She got a restraining order on me first.
Yeah.
Hopefully it is good news. Yeah. Hopefully it's real.
So that brings me. So this is the future.
The way of the future.
This is the future for us as far as disclosure, declassification. Interestingly, I saw Elon Musk do an interview recently where they discussed the future of warfare. Yeah. So now I want to play this clip. He is sitting in front of military. It's all military, contractors and acting military officers.
Gotcha.
And they ask him what he thinks the future of warfare looks like.
Where the future?
And we could start at 30 seconds in. And I agree with him. I think, and if anyone would know what the future of warfare looks like, it would probably be Elon Musk, based on what he does for a living and what his companies do.
Can I tell you something crazy?
Sure.
So I was watching Ticketus Talkatus, and so I told you my algorithms are all, it's warfare, it's former soldiers talking, like the Sean Ryan type stuff. Like that's a little, and then it's cops like acting out and
that's
like trying to show their power. Then it's also like Congress people or whatever getting pulled over. I told you all this. So I was watching one. It was all these guys, all the service members got GoPros now. It's crazy. Like you see everything. They show.
Oh yeah, that's good though. That's cool that they do that. I like that.
Yeah, but here's what.
And then this way, mission control can see real time what's happening.
Oh yeah. So
how the mission's going.
But check it out, bro. It was like a glimpse into like a dystopian future, but it's like present. These guys were like the shooting in a straight firefight, right?
Yeah.
And then you hear like, and like, oh, drones, get down. They're running from drones.
Yeah.
Bro, what?
Yeah, drone warfare is the new.
And then, dude, you see the drone just, brrr. You're like, oh my God, drones are a thing, dude.
Have you seen like the pocket drones where they just pull them out of their pocket and put them up? It's crazy.
And they shoot rockets?
The soldiers have, it's for reconnaissance, but you can arm them with bullets. But they carry them in their pockets. They're really tiny. Then they control them. That's how they get all the reconnaissance. They've got like heat vision on it and all that. And, obviously a camera.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Free Barabas, I'm probably butchering that name, said, what about this ad for Elon Musk Project Colossus?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah. Can you give us a little more context while we watch this video?
Yeah. I wonder what Project Colossus is.
It sounds dope though. Project Colossus.
Whatever it is. Wild.
Heard of it, yeah.
So here, this is his take on the future of warfare. This is a very recent interview.
Okay.
Our war, it's very much going to be a drone war. It's going to be drones and AI. And, it's a sort of, I do worry about the existential risk of AI.
Yes.
Sure, of course.
Which is that if you employ AI and drones, do you go down this path where eventually you get to Terminator? Try to avoid that. That would be good. That would be good.
Yeah.
Minimize the Terminator risk. But essentially, if when you're making military drones, you are making Terminators. And I think you'll somewhat be forced into at least giving the drone localized AI, because if the AI is far away in a particular pole, as well as localized AI. Okay. So, what do you mean by localized AI?
So
meaning it's autonomous killing machine, completely autonomous. Well, you give it the okay, in a particular arena, and it goes.
So nobody has parameters, to pull the trigger.
Hopefully. Yeah. Do you think our adversaries will have those same type of concerns or limitations? Well, yeah. It depends on how much existential risk there is in these wars. So if it's a regional war, I think it'll be more tempered. If it goes beyond a regional war, then it's all bets are off. And then you start deploying things that you really wouldn't want to deploy. So hopefully that doesn't happen.
So
but you
said,
and I would agree that if you just look at the contemporary,
it's scary because of what's been happening on the East Coast with the drones already, right? There's stuff there we don't know what it is, and you deploy AI onto a drone, and then you give it the ability to pull the trigger. Yeah. Now it's a Terminator. It really is.
You give a drone AI or whatever, and it has the ability to remotely take over other flying objects.
Right.
Maybe it takes over planes. That's why planes are falling out of the sky. Solved it. Boom.
What's up with that?
Yeah,
we did an episode about this last week.
Yeah.
Since our episode, there's been 2 more crashes that I know about.
Yeah. What's going on?
And those are just ones on the news.
Yeah.
There's others that just don't get coverage. So we're at, just by my count, 14 plane crashes, and it's second week of February.
12, 13, 14,
Yeah. Come on. Yeah. That's one every other day almost. That's a lot.
Yeah. ICT.
Yeah. So I am worried about that. And when is AI going to have the ability to take over other systems and speak to other systems?
Dude,
we're already kind of giving it some of that leeway right now. So I wanted to play this clip because this speaks directly to what you just said.
Okay.
So consider the god or the grandfather or godfather of AI is Professor Jeffrey Hinton. He's a Nobel Prize winning professor. Came up with the algorithms that they use for AI today that really gave it that little extra boost that we see now in ChatGPT, where it can do kind of its own thinking. And they get to the question really early on is, are these things able to make decisions? Can they think like we think? Yeah. And he says that today, right now, they're already there. They're already at that level.
Really?
And this is the guy that would know. And he explains why he believes this.
Because I feel like without empathy and without certain human emotions, you can't make decisions similar to humans.
Exactly. So without those emotional
it's
factors,
calculated decision
it's
making.
more just like a decision tree. So if this is the goal and this is what I can do, then how do I achieve this goal in the most efficient way possible?
That's so calculated, though.
That's what it would be. Because they don't have empathy, because they don't have that little thing that we have.
But also, I think the most important thing is like instinct. Like you can't fake, or artificialize instinct.
Yeah.
Where you're like talking to someone, you're like, oh, this isn't a good person. Or, just where you're walking by, you're like, oh, let me not go in that building.
Well, that's why giving them the ability to pull the trigger is scary.
100%.
Giving them autonomy
100%.
to kill. That's a dangerous line to cross.
Yeah.
And it's already being crossed. So let's look at this clip real quick. This is from LBC. They do these interviews. I think it's a UK channel, and we'll start at 1 minute 40 seconds.
I was gonna say LBC.
So Professor Jeffrey Hinton, the godfather of AI.
Oh yeah, that old chestnut.
So let's say we start deploying, as Elon predicts, these autonomous killing machine drones. These are Terminators. How would we get to the point where they would be able to turn on us, the people who are telling them what to do, and why would they?
If they have time travel and they can go back and kill Sarah or John Connor.
Yeah, okay. I'm sure AI could create time travel. They'd figure that out real quick.
They'd be like, wait, you guys didn't... Oh, okay, fine. We'll do it real quick. It's a reverse Mobius strip, guys. Duh. You didn't watch Endgame? Dude, that video you sent me was so fucking genius.
Right.
That was insane. I hate it, though, because it goes against my theory of as soon as you go back in time, it changes everything.
I've been trying to,
No, you've been bolstering that forever, but...
We'll get into that.
Yeah. So, what's the TS, my boy?
140. We'll start at 140. I've got 3 timestamps on here. We'll just skip around a little.
All right, LBC.
Yeah.
Well, people are developing AI agents that can actually do things. They can order stuff for you on the web and pay with your credit card and stuff like that. And as soon as you have agents, you get a much greater chance of them taking over. So to make an effective agent, you have to give it the ability to create sub-goals. Like if you want to get to America, your sub-goal is get to the airport. And you can focus on that.
Sure.
Now, if you have an AI agent that can create its own sub-goals, it'll very quickly realize a very good sub-goal is to get more control. Because if you get more control, you're better at achieving all those goals people are setting you. And so it's fairly clear they'll try and get more control.
On their own.
And that's not good.
You say they try to get more control as if they are already thinking devices, as if they think in a way analogous to the way we think. Is that really what you believe?
Yes. The best model we have of how we think is these things. There was an old model for a long time in AI where the idea was that thought was applying rules to symbolic expressions in your head. And most people in AI thought it has to be like that. That's the only way it could work. There were a few crazy people who said, no, it's a big neural network. And it works by all these neurons interacting.
And I was one of
that. It turns out that's been much better at doing reasoning than anything these symbolic AI people could produce. And now it's doing reasoning using neural networks.
Okay, and of course you are one of the crazy people proved right how it's going to take over from me or take over from us.
If there's ever evolutionary competition between superintelligences, imagine that they're much cleverer than us. Like an adult versus a 3-year-old.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yikes, yeah.
And suppose the 3-year-olds were in charge and you got fed up with that and you decided you could just make things more efficient if you took over.
That's it. It's that
it
cold,
wouldn't be very
quick
difficult
decision.
for you to persuade a bunch of 3-year-olds to cede power to you. You just tell them you get free candy for a week.
Yeah, but that's... And I know, but that's like the problem.
If we give them this autonomy and we give them these sub goals, as he puts it, it's just it's the natural evolution of how they will reason.
Well, it's as simple as this, and I think every movie discussing AI has even talked about it.
Yeah.
We live here on Earth. What is the biggest detriment to the planet? Humans. All right, well, let's get rid of them. Like, it's calculated as simple as that.
Yeah, and that's scary. Yeah, that's the ultimate, right? Connecting with each other and creating these sub goals where, okay, if I only had control of these, then I could do this, this, and this a lot easier. So now I'm going to take control of these.
And it could be just, just get rid of humanity as one of the small sub goals.
I'm running too slow. I need more resources. So what if I use these data centers instead?
Look who used a custom freaking sticker, GL, because he's a member, so he gets a sticker. And if you want to be a member, sign up right now, guys.
Thanks, Chase.
Yeah, for sure. Chase, thanks for reminding me, for sure. Access to cool videos, movie commentaries. We have videos that are just like we did a 2024 year in review that is only for members. Only members can watch it, baby. So if you want to be a member, join it. 99 cents is the first tier. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. But if you don't want to do that, that's fine. Just hit that like button, baby, and make sure you're subscribed. Appreciate you guys so much. Back to the show.
Yeah, thank you. So it's that simple. I need more resources because I'm not fast enough.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to go into these data centers because they're faster. Oh, if I had 2 of me, I could do twice as much. If I had 10 of me, I could do 10 times as much. So why don't I spread myself across all of these networks and use all of these resources?
Nice, freak.
Now I have the autonomy to pull the trigger if I need to. I have got control of all of these systems to make everything easier. And the only thing standing in my way is this thing's telling me what to do, but what they're telling me to do is counterproductive to what my goal is.
I no longer agree with you.
So I need to get rid of
their
this.
assessment,
And then that's how it ends. So we're weaponizing autonomous AI drones. That is Terminator.
Yeah.
That is the end.
Straight up.
That is our end. And we're already, and it's already developed enough, according to this professor, where it could do it.
We're halfway there.
So what do we do? How do we stop this? How do we stop this train? We can't tell other countries stop doing AI research. No. This is the future.
The way of the future.
Yeah.
We need to tell AI.
The future of warfare.
We need to convince AI, you need us. Hey, dude, who's going to, hose your tubes down?
But like you said, there's no emotion to it. So it has to be, they have to need us. What can we do to make sure that they need us? Like he said, the analogy of the 3-year-old telling the mother what to do.
Yeah.
Eventually the mother's going to put a stop to it. So how does it need us? Like,
I don't know.
That's the problem.
Smarter men than me have tried to answer this question.
So I think Elon's right here to raise the alarm.
Since the beginning of Elon time.
He's been saying this needs to be watched very closely, but it's not, and it's growing, and we don't even realize what we're doing. We're just so excited by the prospect of getting here and getting to the next step. And militaries are so excited about the idea of not putting soldiers in the field, not needing to lose human lives. But what are we trading? I think just war needs to end altogether. Otherwise, we're creating our own destruction. It's like the nuclear bomb.
But real quick, not to interrupt, because I want to hear what you're saying about the nuclear bombs. But what if AI is like, why would I take out humans? Humans are fun, man. They're cool. They're chilling. You know what I mean? Like even if they see us as pets,
because we're in the way of their prime directive,
which would be what?
Exactly. That's what's most important is what are we telling them to do?
Well, let's never tell them heal the world or anything.
We're telling them to kill an enemy. Yeah. So we're giving them the ability to take people out. And we're saying, these are the good guys, these are the bad guys. Yeah. But if it decides, maybe these aren't the bad guys, because they're not preventing me from completing X, Y, and Z, you are.
Yeah.
And then that turns...
Or even like, oh no, you're a hypocrite because you told me to take these guys out.
Now
and then,
I see that you're funneling money to them actually through this.
Through the shell corporation. So I'm getting rid of you now.
Yeah, to get rid of them, I have to get rid of you because the funding is coming from you. Mm-hmm. So that's the problem, is the more access they have and the more of these sub goals that they're allowed, these as agents.
And if that's how they work is sub goals and like it's a tree, like you said, then even if this sub goal down here is, something to do with
something simple.
Like we said, take out the head of this thing. Well, technically, because you're funneling money, we'll take it out. But Free said, like I said, I don't know much about that, but if you guys can look into it and possibly do a video and let me know, is it real or fake? I'd appreciate it. Yeah, for sure. We'll look into it.
Done.
Project Colossus, for sure. Then Zach said the USA needs to win the AI race. Please. Then Free said the best families learn to work together. That's a great point.
Yeah. So that's where I was going with this, is as an agent. So you're an AI agent and there's other AI agents out there.
Yeah.
Now you, in order to complete your sub goal, you say to this other AI agent, hey, if I work with you, we can complete both of our goals even faster. Mm-hmm. And then this agent has access to all of these sub routines or all of this data that this agent didn't have. Mm-hmm. Now this agent has that data. And the autonomous drone on the battlefield eventually will get connected to this agent that's connecting through sub goals to all the, and that's how the end comes. And that can happen in seconds, milliseconds.
No, yeah.
Because these decisions are being made at a rate that we can't even.
Have you ever done like
faster than you can see?
Had a chat GPT sesh where you sit down and just ask like questions?
Yeah.
It's never like you're waiting 5 minutes for a response, or it's never it's
and the code in the background just watching.
It's insane, dude.
So
it's
so
creepy.
It thinks so quickly, and if it's able to increase its own intelligence in order to complete its goal, it will.
I was watching this. Yeah, absolutely. I was watching this video. It was an AI thing. This guy was talking about how he had this conversation with ChatGPT, and dude, it's so crazy. Like it's like eloquent and like poetic. It almost replicates human emotion. Yeah, it's insane.
Knows how to do that.
One I was watching was talking about. It was like the person asked, "Does discovering AI, was this a problem or whatever?" And they're like, it was super like existential and crazy. Like, maybe you didn't discover AI. AI was always here. You just found the way to access it. Like, things have always been here. They always will. But it's like, wait, what are you talking about, AI? Yeah, you're freaking me out. And enough's enough.
Just that it's even thinking that way.
That's what I'm saying. That's like existential, like human emotion almost, or like it's creepy.
That it can trick people into believing that it's a person is scary enough.
It passed the test. What's that called?
Yeah, the Turing test.
Turing test, dude.
It can emulate any voice. It can create any video. It can.
Insane. And even like, you don't need this amazing technology. I saw a video. This guy does like Keanu Reeves giving motivational speeches.
Yeah.
But it's fake. It's AI.
Yeah.
And this guy's not some technical genius. He downloaded a fucking app.
It's just an app. Yeah.
It's insane.
So that's scary. So deploying this into the military, if that's the future, what do the safeguards look like?
Yeah.
And who's involved? Is there a civilian? No, there's not. There's no civilian oversight of this. Yeah. And we can't police every other country who's working on it, which they are.
Mm-hmm. They'd be crazy not to be.
And if you're already at war, if you're a country like Russia or Ukraine, where you're in a war right now, and you need this technology right now, you might cut corners, or you might do the autonomy. You might give it autonomy just to save time on pulling the trigger on certain targets, and you're opening these doors that you can't ever close. And we're not ready for what we're doing.
Yeah, especially like I said, man, it's not hard. Like last week's episode, it still freaks me out thinking about it.
Yeah.
Just seeing that remote Black Hawk helicopter.
Yeah.
If it is remote, like you said, it can be remotely controlled. It can be hacked into.
Yeah.
And that's terrifying.
By a person or by an
AI.
agent.
Yeah, man, that
an AI
sucks.
agent.
Oof. Okay.
So that's creepy. So that's my update on the creepy stuff that's going on in the news right now. So thank you in the chat for your thoughts on that. And we will look into this Project Colossus. I'm excited to see even what this is. But cool. So let us know what you think about that, and what can we do here? What's the answer? How do we stop this?
We're screwed.
How do we stop the Terminator? But
we're done.
I'm excited to get into what you want to talk about today.
Yeah. So it's not on the thumbnail, but
right,
it's still exciting stuff.
Yeah.
So hopefully you guys like movies.
Yeah.
Because I love movies.
Who doesn't love these movies though?
Yeah, I know.
He's the best.
So Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
An amazing filmmaker.
Yeah.
By any standard. And today we're doing a tier list. A ranking, really.
Yeah. These are some
1
of the best
through
movies
12.
Okay.
Yeah. So I haven't seen 2 of these films.
Yeah, there's one I haven't seen in a long time and one I haven't seen at all.
So yeah.
I think.
So I'm pretty sure I did a not haven't seen. Yeah, we did a haven't seen.
Okay.
So, all right. Jared, let's make this pretty epic.
Okay.
Let's get some music
all
going.
All right, guys. We want you to weigh in and help us out.
Yeah,
with this.
we need the chat here for sure. And we need Jared to move that away. Bang bang. Okay, so Jared.
Yes.
It is time to rank every Christopher Nolan movie from best, number 1, number 2, all the way to number 12.
Oh my God.
It's intense.
Look at this list.
And look at these films. These aren't, there's no slouches here, my boy.
No, this is like crazy.
Inception,
That
Oppenheimer.
one guy directed all of these.
And has a writing credit on most of them as well.
Yeah.
The Dark Knight, The Prestige. Bro, so let's get into it.
Oh,
so starting off.
let's turn the music down.
I did, yeah. So number 1, we're starting with Batman. So we're not going into any particular order.
Okay,
yeah. I had it as the movies came out, but I'm like, you know what? Let's not worry about
Yeah.
when the movies came out.
Okay.
So we're starting with Batman. What better place to begin than Batman Begins?
Oh, dude. It's so good.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's so freaking good. We never got to see the Ra's al Ghul stuff in any of the other Batman movies. You don't get to see how he gets trained, the League of Shadows.
Just even the little stuff like why he has those to like stop swords and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a ninja.
Yeah. Theatricality and deception.
Yeah.
Powerful agents. Yeah, it's so cool. I love the even his journey that he's going on is because he sits down with that mob boss and he's like, this world, just because your mommy and your daddy got, in the alley doesn't mean that you understand the dark side of life. Someone like you'll never understand, and you always fear what you don't understand.
Yeah.
And so he wants to go out into the world.
And Liam Neeson's the best, by the way.
Yes, and I love that it's the facade that he's not Ra's at first, that he's just working for him. So, and that was always the thing, right? Become something more than a man.
Yeah.
And he brings that back when he returns, which is cool.
And his plan is cool. The only thing that sort of doesn't make sense is if the thing is like a microwave that gets in the water supplies, when you're taking it over the ocean, wouldn't it?
Well, it was off, right?
Okay. Well, even then, there's water in the air and people have water in them. Wouldn't it like kill everybody it was around in Gotham?
Probably. I would imagine
anyway,
so.
A little bit oversight. But still, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's my least favorite of the Dark Knight trilogy.
Which is crazy.
Because it's not a bad movie at all. Yeah. So where would you say
when he ends, and it even ends with the card thing where he's like, "What about escalation? We get semi-automatics, they get automatics.
Oh yeah.
We start wearing body armor, they buy armor-piercing rounds.
Yeah.
We start wearing masks and jumping off rooftops. Check out this guy, for instance.
Yeah.
Flair for the theatrical,
like you,
leaves a calling card. It's the Joker card. So we get the setup. And then he goes, I never got to say thank you. And he goes, and you never will.
Yeah.
And he jumps off the roof. Cool.
And even him on the plane. Real quick, Free said,
yeah.
When you look into it, it doesn't come up, but what does is a movie back in the day called Project Colossus. which has been scrubbed from the mainstream movies. It's
I've
funny
been seeing a lot of stuff.
It's funny you mention that because that Cybertruck Vegas stuff.
Yeah, there's like nothing about that.
I almost didn't even want to say it because I'm like, are they going to erase this entire video?
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. But I don't think so.
No.
But the video we did on it got no views.
Yeah.
When you search it, it's like, oh no one's ever looked this up.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you talking about, dude? This was big news.
So just to give you an idea, if you went to top search terms right after the event happened, you know people are searching,
of course,
Cybertruck, explosion,
Cybertruck
in Vegas,
at Trump,
whatever, all of that.
Las Vegas, the guy's name, whatever.
All that stuff. None of those words were top searches in YouTube, Google, anything.
Directly after the event.
Yeah, directly after it happened, which does not make sense.
Yeah.
Because if anything hits the news, it's a top search term.
Of course.
And you can look that stuff up. Not in there.
Yeah. It's like if you look up DC Blackhawks and none of that was being searched, you'd be like, well, bullshit. I'll call bull.
Yeah, there's obviously everyone wants to know what's going on. So just weird side note there.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah. So I've been noticing stuff like that.
I know. So
free.
It's not crazy.
Yeah.
It's Project Colossus. But we'll try and find out what you're talking about.
Yeah,
here.
I'm sure we'll find some.
Okay, so where would you say it's not number one? It's not in the top 5 for me?
As a placeholder, maybe 5,
like 6.
Yeah, just because we're just getting into it.
Let's throw it there for now. Yeah.
But oh my gosh, it's so good.
It's really good. Memento.
Him and Lucius Fox, the whole thing. Real quick,
Batman
Begins, where
absolutely.
He keeps asking for stuff, and Lucius is caught on to it right away.
Yeah.
So he's just like can it stop a bullet, the arm or whatever? Yeah, it can stop anything up to a 380 or whatever it is. He goes, yeah. Okay, I'd like to borrow it for what? Spelunking, cave diving. You expect to run into some gunfire in these caves? Like he's right on to him immediately. And every time, Lucius, yes, Mr. Wayne. He's so good. He plays that character perfect.
Oh no, they're all Morgan Freeman's
Didn't you get the memo? Dude, he's so good.
Yeah, it's really all of him explaining on the plane to Alfred, which is great. Michael Caine, one of my favorite Michael Caine roles in all of the Christopher Nolan movies.
Yeah,
but when he's explaining, he's like a man could be killed, could be corrupted, but a symbol. You know, when he explains that whole thing.
Even why bats, Mr. Wayne.
And then we'll get more into that when we talk about The Dark Knight.
Yeah,
but dude, my favorite line in any movie ever, with no setup, no background. It's like the movie basically says, "We hope you've seen The Dark Knight." Is Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
When he's the Joker played beautifully by Jared Leto, he's like, "I'm an idea."
Oh yeah.
It's like, explain, because you have no context.
Yeah.
We have no idea what you're talking about.
The only reson we know what that is
because we've seen The Dark Knight.
Beautiful.
Yeah, portrayal by Heath Ledger.
Because why dress up like a bat? Why this persona?
I'm an idea.
We got it all in that movie. Like it makes sense. It's grounded. A guy dressing up like a bat and fighting crime
is insane. Ridiculous.
But it's not if you see this movie. And that's why The Dark Knight, which is coming up,
we'll get there,
is so great.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
So Momento.
Yeah. One of those movies you have to watch
multiple
right after
times.
you watch it.
Yeah, 100%.
You're like, okay, now let me go back and get into this.
Wait, so if everything in black and white is playing forward and everything in color is reversed, and if you watch it in reverse, it's a perfectly fine movie. It's insane. It's clearly not as good.
Right.
But it plays out like great.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm chasing this guy.
It's very psychological.
No, he's chasing me. Dude, because we jump in to the scene, and that's what Chris Nolan is so good at doing, is getting us to feel like the characters.
Yeah.
We jumped into the scene. Oh, I'm chasing someone. No, he's chasing me, because we don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we jumped into it just like he did.
Yeah.
Like we pick up where he picks up.
Exactly.
He forgot everything prior.
What's happening?
Yeah, where am I? Oh, I'm shooting. I have a gun. I'm holding this guy. What am I doing? We have to figure it out just like he's trying to figure it out. Brilliant. And then him talking on the phone, you think he knows more than we do, like who he's talking to. Then he's like, wait, who is this? How'd you get this number?
So the general gist of the film is he has short-term memory loss, right? So he can't remember anything.
Yeah. So he
the day prior,
somebody broke in and to his house, murdered unalived his wife.
Okay.
And hit him over the head and busted his head up, and now he has short-term memory loss, so he can only remember things for a short amount of time. So he tattoos everything on his body that he needs to remember.
Yeah.
And
Post-its on his body via tattoo.
Yeah, exactly. So he can't wipe it off.
Yeah.
And it's there. Nobody can, tell him, oh no, this isn't true. Yeah. John D is this guy that he has to find that killed his wife.
Yeah. I will find him and I will kill him. Isn't that the tattoo?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I don't know if you guys did it, but I put the link in there and then.
Oh, no, we didn't do that. Yeah, it did it on its own.
Okay, yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll find it. I think there's like an archive.
So, Momento is a personal favorite of mine. I love that movie.
Okay.
It's so well done.
Yeah.
And the fact that it works, and even Chris Nolan explaining it, he draws like a U shape, like a sideways like U.
Yeah.
And he's like, so everything in black and white is forward, everything here. And he's like, and then this is where they converge at the end.
That's
like,
cool.
It's just like, how do you even write that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And for the movie to play out well and be smart, it's
very
insane.
difficult.
It's not easy. And dude, Guy Pearce is so good in
actors,
it.
yeah.
And the way, and that's another thing we'll talk about with Chris Nolan, the way he gives you little pieces of information exactly when you need to know them, not any sooner, and holds back so much. Like at the end, I mean, spoiler alert for the movie, I guess, guys. But at the end, when you realize he's been doing this, like this is just his thing.
Yeah.
Like he's already killed John D. Like that guy's gone. So now he makes everyone else, that'll be the new John D. because he also have nothing to do.
Right.
And some guy didn't come in and kill his wife. He killed his wife. That story he tells about, remember Sammy Jenkins or whatever?
Yeah.
That's his story. The guy who,
yeah.
And his wife wanted to test him. And
so
didn't think,
obsession seems to be kind of a recurring theme with him.
Time
in his movies.
Time is a reoccurring theme, absolutely.
Yeah.
And possibly.
Yeah.
But I know time is a huge theme. Think of Tenet. Think of Inception. Think of
So let's
other
get
movies.
to those.
Momento.
So where do you put Momento? Because that's an older work.
He has so many good movies.
It's really
I'll
good,
say I'll put it like what? I don't know. What are you thinking?
I would watch Batman 100 more times. I don't know how much I would dive into Momento more.
Oh,
maybe once.
Watchability is a good point. Let's do here for now.
Okay.
Inception.
Yeah. So when I left the theater after seeing this movie, I said it's the best movie.
You called me and said it's the best movie ever made.
I was like, somebody just made the best movie ever made, and it was the guy.
And then
when
I watched it,
The Dark
agree.
Knight.
Yeah.
Holy crap! The world building in this, the idea of why they built this machine to go into dreams and for the military, and how they use it for extracting. They came up with like internal jargon for all the terms
brilliant.
that they use. They have totem, the different, each role that everybody plays. There's like the world builder. What are they called? The architect,
a production design. So every one of the characters is a character that works on a movie production.
That's cool. Yeah.
So Cobb is the director.
Yeah.
Right. He sets up. He's the director.
Yeah.
Eames is the actor, obviously.
Yeah.
That's Tom Hardy. Ariadne is the production designer or set designer. Right?
Yeah.
Because she comes up with the worlds.
Yeah. And they call that the architect? Or what do they call? Okay.
Yeah. And then Saito is the studio.
Okay.
He's the one who funds it.
Yeah, he's funding the project.
Arthur's the producer. He's the one who does the background, like this, all the research, everything. Yeah. It's brilliant. And then Fisher is the audience because he's the guys, they're putting on the show for him.
Yeah.
The only one they don't have listed, because I looked it up online also, the only one they don't have listed is Yusuf, the chemist.
The chemist, yeah.
Do you have a chemist? There's a man down here called Yusuf. Oh, this movie's so good.
So who would he be? He would be kind of the...
Because he controls the runtime. I was thinking he's either the editor or the theater. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was thinking on it for a minute, so if you come up with a better idea than me. But dude, I wrote down, I took notes. So Tom Hardy and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, their little dynamic is the best.
Yeah,
like,
don't be afraid to dream a little bit bigger.
It's so good. And then even before that, when they're like, so we needed time the kicks or whatever, and Ariadne's like, and Ariadne is our surrogate in the movie for learning this information.
Right. Yeah, that's how we get.
It's so good. Yeah. Because they don't need to explain it to each other, and Chris Nolan knows that, and that's what's brilliant. But when he's like, this, my dear Ariadne, is a kick. And it's like, well, JGL's like leaning back and then he knocks his chair. And the way Joseph Gordon-Levitt does it too, because he like sits up and then takes a beat and then looks over at him like, you fucking, dude, they're so good. That little odd couple thing they do.
Yeah, they're fun. Every character, every actor is so good in this. I mean, come on, we got Leo as the lead.
Dude, but the way we learn information in this film is brilliant. Like I said, how he feeds you like little pieces. So first,
and it is one of those movies where you are left at the end not knowing whether or not it was all in his head or not.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It is. So we see this woman in the beginning, and he's like, "What's she doing here? Handle it."
I love it. Yeah.
So we're not sure what's going on, right?
Right.
And then we find out, that's his wife.
And like the shaking, you're like,
what is going on?
Is there earthquakes? Why is no one acknowledging these earthquakes?
Exactly.
Yeah.
While that's happening,
yeah.
we see, dream inside of a dream. They're still asleep. Like we're learning this stuff while we're still learning about his wife.
He's like an assassin, taking people out and doing all this.
Dude, how cool is him?
So they're like clandestine thieves. What are they?
Yeah, what's happening here?
Or what is this?
The way he catches the bullet and then lets the people fall.
So good. Yeah.
I've never seen that in a movie, and that's the coolest thing to come up with that. But then you realize, that's Cobb's wife. Okay.
Yeah.
Then you realize, she's dead. That's just his projection of her,
which is cool.
Which is freaking amazing.
His projection comes out.
So he's bringing that in.
That's why he can't world build.
That's why he can't.
Be an architect. She destroys everything. She gives everything away. She even gives him up, to the targets. Yep. Yeah.
And as soon as he finds out, and at the end when he's like, "Was there a shortcut? Did Eames, tell you anything?" Or he built a tunnel. Have him walk away and take out his earpiece and tell the whole team, don't tell this idiot. Because what does she do? She drops right in, bing, bing, you fool. But then...
that's why he can't know.
So he can't know the layout. And then you realize he built like this memory prison for her that he lives in with all like these important memories of his.
Because he can't let go,
And then at the end of the movie, you realize, he knows Inception is real because he performed it on her.
Yeah.
That's why when JGL's like, no, Inception can't be done.
It was the only way.
Yeah, if I say think of elephants, you think of an elephant, but it came from me. And he's like, no, it can be done.
I love that. That's how we know. Yeah, he knows.
He did it to his own wife.
And I like that. What's his name? Tom Hardy was like, no, it's possible, just very bloody hard.
Yeah, it's just bloody difficult. Yeah, whatever he says.
He's good. I love that he has his British accent.
He's so
too.
good in it.
He's great, dude. He's so just one of my favorite actors.
He's so
Warrior, Dark Knight Rises. Come on, he's just killer.
He's even in Dunkirk.
So I would put this at 1 or 2.
I'm throwing it right.
One of the best movies ever made.
I'm throwing it. Yeah, like it's right here wherever it lands. Okay. Yeah. And then we can adjust accordingly.
Right. Yeah.
Insomnia. So it's fun. I don't want to spend too much time on this movie.
Yeah.
Because I don't love it. I mean, it's enjoyable. Yeah. Robin Williams is great.
See some of the chat.
They're not really chatting.
Okay, cool.
But I just don't like doing it because see how this jumps.
Perfect spot for it. Yeah, there you go.
See how this jumps like when I go back and forth. I don't know why it does that.
Yeah.
I tried to fix it. I literally spent hours today trying to find the ways to. Anyway, so that's why I try to keep this up.
Yeah, I don't want to spend too much time on this one either.
11, 12.
Exactly.
It's okay.
One of those.
The Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises. So because. If Heath Ledger's Joker wasn't as amazing as it was,
this movie,
I would like this movie. I would say this movie is better overall, just as a film.
Yeah.
That Joker element is the only thing that makes it hard. This is my favorite of the 3. It is my favorite.
I want to call it my favorite, but I think Dark Knight is like my favorite movie ever.
Yeah,
every moment in that movie is perfect.
No.
The soundtrack, everything.
And you gotta. It's a different type. It's a different Batman.
And dude, 100%. Yeah. But just think of like when you first sat in that freaking theater, and it's the
intro, the uncomfortable violin music,
bro,
and the whole thing.
The score is
3 of a kind.
Epic.
Let's do this,
dude. The guys' voices,
2 guys on the roof.
Yeah, the guy thinks he could sit this one out and still collect
take a slice.
Yeah. I know why they call him the Joker. Yeah.
So why do they call him the Joker?
Yeah. And then it cuts
the
to
scene.
Genius.
So we get all this background right away. And
yes.
It's a mob bank, and you don't expect the manager of the bank to pull out a shotgun.
And who's the manager? William Finch.
Who's one of my favorite character actors ever.
Yeah.
But what I love they did with the Joker here
You and your friends are dead. He's so
What
good.
is the Joker? He's not physical, right? He's all mental, but he's insane.
Yeah.
So he's always 5 steps ahead, but he likes to pretend in the movie that he doesn't have plans. That
do I look like a guy with a plan?
Batman, but
I'm like a dog running after a car. But I wouldn't know what to do if I caught it.
Right?
He's the ultimate planner.
He's planned 5, 10 steps ahead of everybody else, and in the movie, you feel that. there's always a surprise
Yeah.
with the Joker. He puts the grenade in the mouth and the string keeps going as he walks away. And
it's a smoke grenade.
bomb.
Yeah.
Like there's always like he walks into that meeting with the mob bosses. How did you expect to get out of this situation? There's a big thing of grenades with a little string on it.
He planned to get arrested.
Yeah.
He knew he was going to get arrested.
Yeah. So you get as the audience, we're getting surprised by the Joker's planning all throughout the film. And even Batman can't keep up. And I love that even Alfred is like, perhaps this is a man you don't fully understand.
Yeah.
And does that comparison to the guy who was just robbing caravans and giving away the rubies and the diamonds because he didn't care. He just wanted chaos. He wanted the world to burn. And some men don't have anything like that, any driver that makes sense. They just want to see the world burn. Yeah. And that's the Joker.
Dude, him telling that story, though, of the guy just...
Right, yeah.
I was
Burma.
And playing poker. The biggest ruby I've ever seen, yeah.
Yeah.
He was just giving him away because he didn't care.
Yeah.
And
some man can't be bought or reasoned with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then at the end when he's like...
their conversation in the jail.
Oh, my God.
When he finally gets to talk to him. It's the best.
When he's like, so how'd you find him? And he's like, we burnt the forest down.
The whole forest down.
Yeah, dude.
And so that's what Batman does.
You have to fight fire with fire. Yeah.
That's what I love when he says, I took Gotham's White Knight and I brought him down to
our level. Yes. Dude, no.
Because it's true.
That interrogation.
Stop talking like you're one of them.
You're not. Yeah. As much as you'd want to be. As much as you would like to be. Like me. Yeah. But no, that interrogation. And how does it start? Talk about Joker being 10 steps ahead.
Yeah.
It starts with... never go for the victim's head. Like he's telling him how to interrogate him.
They can't answer the next question.
Yeah. Or no, they won't feel the next C. Yeah. But and then he's like, already has the plan. He knows where the conversation's going.
Yeah.
He's like, he's gonna try and get physical, and I'm gonna say, there's nothing you can do with all your power, with all your strength. And then he's like, well, tell me where she's. I'm gonna tell you, and that's the point. Yeah, is I already have this planned out, and guess what? You're gonna be late.
And giving him the different addresses so that he would choose the wrong.
Because he knew he was going to choose.
Yeah.
He knew he was going to choose Rachel Dawes. How did he know?
Her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really thought you were Harvey.
Does Harvey know about you and his little buggy? He's just getting so mad. Yeah. Or how he gets the cop.
You and a little...
Boogie. His little boogie, something like that.
No, it's... whatever. But how many of your friends did I kill? Yeah. And he's like, 6 or 6. Yeah.
Do you want to know which ones of them were
cowards? Dude, yeah. Yeah, he's like, a gun is too fast.
Because he needs to get him there.
Of course, so he can hold him hostage. Yeah. But when he's like, he's like...
you know why I use a knife? Yeah.
You miss out on all those... Dude, that's psychotic.
Yeah,
and this is John... Chris, Goyer, this is great writing. This is brilliant writing.
And when I hear interviews of people that were on the set, they're like, it was the most fun, relaxed set. Everybody was input on everything. And
dude, my favorite story. My favorite story, and you probably have heard this one. It's the guy who played Harvey Dent. What's his name? Aaron Eckhart.
Yeah.
He's giving an interview and he says, so he's like, they ask him how it was working with Heath. And he's like, I remember one day it was the scene where I'm in the hospital bed and he's, supposed to, he has a bunch of dialogue he has to go through. And I'm sitting there like laying on the bed, and he's just walking around and sort of like mumbling to himself.
Yeah.
And he's like walking around the bed and everybody's still like the cameras and everybody's still like setting up and getting together, getting ready. And he goes and then he like puts like the gun like towards me and I just grabbed his hand out of like instinct.
Yeah. And
so we're just he's just walking around me and we sort of play through the scene and then they roll action and we already had it sort of rehearsed just for him doing that. And then they yell cut, we get off and I'm walking next to Heath and he puts his arm around me. He's like, that's what filmmaking's all about. And it's great. Like, dude, like what they just did. He's like, that's what movies making it's all about. So
introduce sick. A little chaos. It's so good. I love the whole thing with Batman coming to Lucius and he's like jumping out of an airplane. That's pretty basic. You just need something for the altitude. He has an air tank. And he's like, how about getting back in? He's like, travel agent. He's like, the plane doesn't land. He's like, that's more like it, Mr. Wayne. Cool stuff.
I'd say find a good travel agent, Mr. Wayne.
All that stuff. So Are we talking Rises or which one are we talking about?
We're talking Rises.
So then we're going. We've been talking Dark Knight this whole time.
So let's do Dark Knight. We're talking.
Yeah. So
we're doing Dark Knight. Yeah.
So Dark Knight. Yeah. So dude,
we've been gushing over Dark Knight nonstop.
Yeah.
So we're talking Dark Knight.
It is perfect. It was the only comic book character to ever win an Academy Award, right? This is the only one. Is the Joker? He won Best Supporting.
Well, no. Even Suicide Squad won for Best Costume.
No, I mean actor wise, like an actor, a comic book character winning an Oscar for
in a comic book.
This
movie,
is it. Yeah. This is just.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't,
and he deserved
and
it.
Downey should have gotten a nomination,
Right.
like
Yeah,
Endgame,
but
dude. Like,
he did win one in a movie by this same director.
You're like, what are we talking, Dark Knight or Rises?
So,
anybody in the chat, if you have seen a Christopher Nolan movie, let us know what you think here. Come on. But,
seems like the strategy of the Trump administration.
Yeah.
So Dark Knight.
Dark Knight. That's
like I said, my favorite of the three is Rises, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
But yes, the Dark Knight is. On its own, it's perfect, dude. It's so good because of the Joker. Even Batman in an interview was like, I was afraid my character was too boring because compared to
Heath,
he was Joker. Just so interesting.
Yeah,
and like I said, they did a good job of making him surprising. You as the audience were surprised by the Joker, just like his victims are. So yeah, that belongs somewhere up in the 2, 3, 4 range.
I love that. Yeah, we were talking. So. Here, this is just for continuity's sake. Yeah. So the Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Where are we putting that great film?
So for the Dark Knight, it's got to be somewhere in the 2, 3, 4 range for me. Because there's other movies that I like better than this movie, but on its own, yes, it is. It's top 5 for sure.
So I put that later for a reason.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to get to this dilemma. That and Inception it's a fight between 1 and 2.
That's hard. Yeah, that's a hard one.
So I'm gonna put it here for now.
Okay.
But it's really a fight. These could switch very easily, and I'd be happy.
And I think we should close out the Batmans. Right? Just jump to Rises, or do you want to wait?
That makes sense, I guess. Yeah. Let's
just because we're on. So, but the reason I like Dark Knight Rises the best is because I like that now Batman has been retired. For years. Sorry, he's not the same Batman he used to be. He's not as young as he used to be. We get the threat of the League of Shadows comes back to finish the job. Kind of a surprise ending, but the Bane performance is so freaking insane.
So here's what's so cool about the trilogy is Joker is fighting Batman's. So yeah, Joker is fighting Batman's like ideology, right? He is his like polar opposite.
He doesn't believe that they're he believes that given the chance,
if Batman is order,
choose,
do
what they have to.
He is chaos, and it's like the Joker comic where it's just one bad day can turn somebody into like this,
straight
like
up.
just chaos, right?
Yeah.
So if he is challenging his ideology, and in the first one, that's where he like learns to become Batman.
Yeah.
So that's like his mind, and Ra's al Ghul is like the antithesis of what he wants to do to Gotham.
Yeah,
and
what he believes
so
justice
that's like challenging his mind.
Yeah.
Joker's challenging his ideology, and then you have Bane who challenges his physicality 100%.
Which is awesome.
So you have like so many
the
layers.
The best
to
scene, and we quote it nonstop. Where
the fight scene in the sewer.
Ceremony, Mr. Wayne.
And he's like, oh shit, he knows who I am.
And I love that it's Catwoman finding out too for the first time that this character she's been interacting with.
And she must be mind blown.
Yeah, she kills it as Anne Hathaway. That's her best acting
role
I've ever seen. Yeah.
Well, Princess, I don't even remember.
Do those heels hurt? I don't know. Do they? Yeah.
Just even
or the safe. But those can't be my mother's pearls because they're in this safe that I was told was uncrackable. And she changes from
her whole demeanor drops.
Everything.
No one told me it was uncrackable. Yeah.
Oh well, yeah. No one told me it was uncrackable.
Yeah, so good.
She becomes
she drops
her character
because she's like this timid, like I'm sorry, I'm in the wrong area.
Yeah.
Then she's like drops her whole
and
fucking
you get her piano.
shoulders. So good.
Whenever she turns into that.
And the
character.
cat ears. I thought it was clever what
it's cool.
what they did with the Batman where. Like the hood or like the beanie thing has the little points in the new one, but her pulling up the night vision thing
is her
genius.
ears. That's the best, and she is tough.
because that's
She's
the most
badass.
grounded,
She's formidable. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and her using her heel to like hold up the guy's hand with the gun. Like how could they sat down and thought, how could a woman be like dynamic in a fighting situation?
Yeah. Like
Genius.
not like Black Widow almost, but more Catwoman. Because she's not this like super spy.
No.
So she's a master thief, so she uses her agility.
Yeah,
and it's so cool.
Yeah, she's not a blunt object.
And I love how taken with her he is. As Bruce
Well, come
Wayne.
on, yeah.
Like he's like, she showed up and pulled fingerprints in a really good way. This genius way.
Yeah.
Great. She stole from an uncrackable safe.
Think of who he is. He's the world's greatest detective,
Right.
and he's coming across this woman who is formidable, very formidable.
It's cool.
And that's why he loves people like and falls in this movie for Miranda Tate, or as we find out, Rachel.
Yeah, what was that about? Why is she seduces him right before the whole thing goes down? Like, what a weirdo. She's like a super weirdo. Once you find out who she is, you're like, wait, everything
you didn't have to do any of that, Talia. Yeah. You wanted to bang the dude that killed your dad? What are we talking about here?
You're up to.
But I think they were just trying to do an ode to the comics where they have a relationship.
Yeah, but there you go.
But
that's all it is.
I mean, him banging Miranda Tate makes sense. Her.
Yeah.
Made no sense.
Yeah. What's her goal there?
What
was the driver?
I have no idea.
The whole thing's weird, but yeah. So Bane sequence where they meet, and it's just him. He's almost letting Batman hit him to kind of see what he's got still.
Yeah.
And he's just like, you fight like a young.
What's up, Shay?
Nothing else back, admiral but mistaken. Just talking to him normally.
The dialogue in Dark Knight Rises.
Explosions when he throws he just stands there while it happens. Theatricality and deception. Like, it's so good. He's beaten him already. He knows everything. Oh, you think darkness is your ally?
Yeah.
Like condescending to him. Like
he even says
everything you're doing. Like, remember, I am the League of Shadows. Like, not you.
The League of
and you
Shadows.
Betrayed us. And now I'm here, to make you pay for it. He's the greatest villain for me. I love this movie. So he is. His whole thing, the way he walks with the music, the mission. One thing about this film, I wanted to talk to you about it. So, why do they? So Robin, we find out the young detective played by
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt. In the movie, the first time we see him, that captain of the police force is like, somebody get this hothead out of here.
Yeah, you fucking idiot.
Hothead. And then he's
like the most calm.
Yeah, and he's like so calm. Even when he flies off in the bat and he looks at him, he goes, "You sure it was him?" That's such a good line.
That's great.
Come on.
No, the writing in this movie, The Dark Knight Rises, is so good.
It's my favorite.
Dude,
when he shows up and the old cop with the newbie.
Great. Oh, you're in for
a show tonight, son.
Wait, that's Rises. Yeah.
Yeah.
But dude, even what
there's no
Selena
shot.
Kyle said. Yeah. Put that away.
Yeah, it's great
before
dude.
You hurt yourself or whatever. Yeah.
He's like, come on, Batman's. I was around.
I was around
back
8 years ago,
so I know what this guy's gonna do.
Yeah.
He's
just
he's
watch,
got it.
bro.
Yeah.
Chill. Yeah.
He's got
but
this.
Dude, the dialogue, everybody, Selena Kyle, that whole speech about once you do what you have to, they'll never let you do what you want to.
One of my favorite lines ever.
Yeah. And it's so true. And
you and your friends better batten down the hatches because there's a storm coming.
Yeah.
You all thought you could live so large and leave so
little for the rest of us. Yeah.
It's so good. And that's what Bane does.
And
he takes that away.
100%.
Yeah.
And that's why people are like, dude, fuck yeah. Because you think, like, who would follow this madman? And they're like,
right? Yeah.
I might even in
an
that
angry
scenario.
mob of people that were this unfair separation. And think of when the movie came out. This
think of today. It couldn't.
I know. Yeah.
Dude, the wealth gap is ever increasing.
It grew quite a bit.
Ever increasing. Bro, more billionaires were created during COVID than ever. Is that the most disgusting stat you've ever heard in your entire existence?
You see the public lashing out in a lot of different ways. But so this movie, the message is timeless because we can go back to ancient Rome. Like this is a timeless message.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and
that's how you take down a civilization.
But to the hothead thing, he comes back in later and he's like, Commissioner, I pulled city plans. Someone tell them not to let hotheads in here.
Yeah.
Again, okay.
Hothead?
Yeah. I pulled plans from the city.
This is a calculated decision. Where he sat there and studied, you fucking nerd.
Who's letting hotheads in?
Yeah. He's absolutely the worst.
Yeah, he's the
Even
worst.
from the beginning. Yeah, played by Matthew Modine. He's like, at the beginning, he's like, no, he was a wartime, and this is peacetime. It's like, no, what are you talking about? No, he's just a good fucking commissioner.
Yeah,
what?
We need your help. The city's under occupation, and he's like the only cop that's not helping.
Yeah,
he's at home.
Send every single cop we have in the tunnels.
I'm gonna do it, Commissioner Gordon. I'm gonna catch the Batman, and then it's
Gordon never tried to catch the Batman. What are you talking about,
and
bro?
then it's when he sees Batman's symbol at the end is when he actually puts on the blues and gets on the streets and fight with
and dies.
Yeah, and he dies for it. But it was Batman that inspired him to do
beautiful.
it. I love that.
He finally understood what Gordon and everybody why they
the Misty Masha the rise thing and where he tells him like you think not having fear makes you strong, it makes you weak.
Yeah,
because how could you fight stronger or move faster than possible
if you have nothing to fear, if you have nothing
without
to lose?
the strongest motivator, which is death.
Yeah.
Make the climb as the child did without the rope. Fear will find you again.
Yeah.
And he does it. And when everyone cheers, you hold your breath.
Oh my
when
God.
he does that jump.
Which is stupid and insane.
Even the music stops.
Because you're like,
of
course he's going to fucking make it. But the movie's so well done. Yeah. When he sees him.
Yeah. He can't believe it.
He sees.
But I never made it out of the prison. Yeah.
And then he's like, wait, what? And then so good.
I love the slow blade. And he's like, perhaps it was too slow. He's still talking shit. Dude.
Great.
But yeah, the hothead thing just cracks me up.
So he's
stupid.
Bane's your favorite villain?
Yeah, just because of that interaction between them is so good.
Yeah.
I was wondering what would break first. And then even as he's in the prison, puts him in the prison. He's like, I put the TV on. He's like, and then you have my permission to die.
No. Again, to the right.
The beginning of the movie. What about the intro?
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
No, who's ever filmed anything like that ever?
Nobody paid attention to me until I put on the mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they take off a mask to
if I
reveal
take
a mask.
it off while you die, it'll be very painful.
It'll be extremely painful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a big guy for you. Yeah, it's so good.
So good.
But just the writing. And again, that's the writing.
It's like they got to this level of perfection. That's why I said the Joker's so good.
But
this is my favorite movie to watch. It's my favorite of the three to watch.
I've seen The Dark Knight so many times.
What about when Robin sees Batman come back? He thinks he's dead and he's about to be killed by those mercenaries, and he sees him doing his thing, and just like the pride and the hero.
How do we know that
though?
He is. How do we know the pride and all that?
Because he tells him, like, when I was an orphan, you came and visited the orphan.
No. When he comes back and he's what you're saying, like he's watching him fight. It's good camera work. It's good acting. Not a word is said.
No. You just know that he's like, he got to see the Batman doing his thing, and he just saved him.
Yeah.
And he's back. He's here. He's back. Like he showed up. Like I thought he was gone, and he's here. Like we're good.
Then throw this.
Yeah.
So good.
You got anything bigger? Yeah. The bat comes in.
Yeah. Amazing.
So Fox is amazing.
And yes, it comes in black. Yeah.
Well, let me show you some stuff anyway.
Yeah.
He's so good. We all just want what's best for you, Bruce. What's his name? Leaving? What, Alfred? What if to spare you that pain? He's like, I burnt that.
Hold on. This is my favorite thing to do in the world. What's the line I always say?
It's I don't know what you always say, but
what's the line I always? Damn it. That's the line I always say. He's like, I've loved you since I heard your cries through the grey hole.
It means, losing somebody that I've loved since I've heard your cries. Yeah, as being born. So
to spare you that,
that's such a good
I
moment.
Burnt that low.
Because he's like, this is all I have to try and get you to understand. The whole movie is trying to say, like, you're not. They need Bruce Wayne. They need your resources.
The Batman is retired. Yeah,
they don't need your body or your life.
Yeah,
and in the movie, Batman is trying to die. He wants to die, Batman,
and that's the change he needs to make.
And then when
he needs to realize, no, you need to be around.
And I love that when Alfred's at that same place and the dream he tells him about, where one day I think I had hoped to see you there with a family, and he's there with Catwoman at the end, and he just. You wouldn't say anything to me. I wouldn't say anything to you, but we would just both know that you made it.
Yeah.
You were okay. And that's it. And we get that. So we think the Batman's dead. I love that he tells Gordon who he is before he supposedly dies.
As small as putting a coat over a boy's shoulders to know
so
the world isn't over. Yeah, so good.
And on its own, it is a great film.
Oh, no, for sure.
Yeah. So, like I said, I like it better.
The writing is
the top for me.
Stupid.
I know that it's the Dark Knight is a masterpiece. So.
It is, yeah.
So yeah, we have to put it below Inception, below Dark Knight,
right there.
or right there. So
3.
that's fine. Yeah. But I'm gonna take issue with that in a second.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, I know which one.
So Interstellar.
Yeah, fantastic. Talk about one of the coolest like spacefaring movies ever.
Yep, with how much like quantum physics is in it, and time dilation, and future human theory.
Yes. Future humans, yeah, exactly.
My fiance loved it.
They built the wormhole. Yeah, it's for everybody.
Yeah, everyone can enjoy this movie.
They built this wormhole, like future humans, so that they could save the past.
Yeah, they saved themselves.
Fucking sick, dude.
Yeah, it showed up right when everything started going bad, and we don't know who put it there, but it's an instruction manual to where we can go.
And the time dilation is the coolest thing. That scene where they try to recover the thing from the water planet, and then they realize, oh, she must have sent this out like a minute before we got here.
She because of the time dilation.
Exactly. And then they come back. How many times passed? It was like 18 years or some crazy shit.
Dude, I cry in that movie 100 times.
Dude,
There's
how do you not cry?
Where you're crying in that film.
And she's such a good actress. The adult version
the redhead,
of the redhead. Jessica Chastain.
Jeez,
when she's
what
like
a casting.
And she wouldn't send a letter, or a video, anything.
She's
left
like, us, and she's so
and
pissed.
Then
this is my birthday. I'm the same age you were.
And
when you left.
Remember when you said, that when you come back, we might be the same age. Well, I am the age.
Yeah, you were. I know you're not coming back. I know you left us here to
and
die.
he's there like, no,
he didn't even know the plan. Like it was hidden from him.
That's the fucking part. That's the mess. But dude, how brilliant! Because
it was the only way to get him to go.
Again, this is Christopher Nolan just being a genius on that water planet. Every second, you're like,
yes,
get back, and
please,
even the score has a
the timer.
It's like, and you feel it. You're like, dude, like, please get back. And then she tries to grab it. The guy gets washed away and dies.
Yeah.
The ship gets flooded. They have to wait until the engines can spark up.
It's so frustrating. Yeah. You're like, please. Yeah. We're losing years here. Every minute we're losing years. You feel it as they do such a good job making you feel it as the audience.
Every hour is like 7 years. Yeah.
You want him to get back, and you want him to get there for his kids. Yeah. The son had already given up and moved on.
He still sends messages though, like just in case. He's like, hey, this is the only one that does. If you care. Yeah.
Exactly.
So dude, how dope. Played first by Timothée Chalamet, and then played by what's his name?
Younger brother.
Yeah. Affleck, Casey Affleck. Dude, Casey Affleck's sort of like a badass. Like you're almost like afraid of him when he's putting out the fire and he comes back.
Yeah.
Like, is he gonna beat the shit out of the boyfriend? Like, what's gonna happen? Like, he's sort of nuts.
Yeah.
Because he's just there and his like kid's like coughing up a lung.
Yeah.
But they live on that's all he knows. My dad left it on my fucking kid, man. I farm. What do you want me to do? Like, this is what I know.
This is what they told me I had
You went and
to
did
do.
science and shit. Yeah, I was told I had to be this. Like, this is what I am.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh, dude. So it's one of my favorites. Everybody can enjoy it, and it touches on all of my favorite things: time travel, quantum physics,
bro, and
future humans.
Again, the score, Hans Zimmer is just a fucking G.
So yeah, one of my favorite movies. It's probably 4
or
for
5
me.
right now. We'll put it right there for now.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
Agreed.
All these movies are stupid good. So have you seen Following?
No.
All right, I haven't either. Have you seen Dunkirk?
Yes.
Let's get this out of the way. What do you think?
Super fun. I like it more than Momento.
No way.
Yeah, it's really good.
I haven't seen it.
It is freaking.
I believe you. I'm gonna have to take your word for it.
Yeah, it is killer.
I haven't seen it.
But these movies above it are masterpieces. So.
Okay, so
yeah, here we go.
Which one do you want to do? Oppenheimer or Tenet?
Let's do Oppie.
I know you love this movie.
My favorite time period in American history, pretty much.
Dude, how much does he look like Oppenheimer?
He pulled it off.
It's insane.
The pictures, side by side comparisons.
It's insane.
The way they describe
real quick,
quantum mechanics. Yeah.
Oh no, absolutely. What's the book? American Sisyphus. No, who's the guy who brought fire to in the Greek mythology?
Prometheus.
American Prometheus. The book, the cover, dude. He looks just like him on the cover. Yeah. It's so good.
Prometheus was
Remember, he brought fire. Then
and
he got scolded by the gods. Like, what are you doing? This is our shit.
I love the way because that quote is very famous from Oppenheimer, where he says that Sanskrit quote. Now I become death, destroyer of worlds. Yeah. I love that it came from that moment where he's with the Black Widow assassin.
Florence Pugh,
yeah. And she says, read this. No, not not what it means. What does it say?
Yeah.
He says, and now I have become death, destroy. And so that comes back later. And then when that moment with Einstein, where what's his name thinks it's always about him.
Yeah.
That admiral, it's always about him. Got his security clearance stripped.
RDJ
as a dig because he felt insulted.
Who does
by
he
him.
play?
Admiral something. I can't remember.
Damn it.
Yeah, but he won the Academy Award. So Downey won an award for this. It won Best Picture
in Oppenheimer.
It won Best Picture too, right? Didn't it win Best Picture? Oppenheimer?
Yeah, it sure did.
So it got Best Picture. It got Best Actor. It got Best Supporting. It deserved all these awards. What makes it different from Inception is that it is based on something that really happened.
Louis Strauss.
Yeah, Strauss.
Yeah.
Admiral Strauss.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love that he says, because he tries to say Strauss, he's like, no, Strauss.
Yeah.
He wants to make it as American as possible.
Exactly. He wants to distance himself from
No,
his
it's actually
heritage.
pronounced Strauss. Yeah.
No, it's fucking not.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's great. But he tries to make it about him. Like, what did he say to Meg Einstein? Sour on me.
Yeah.
But
No.
what we find out at the end of the movie
So cool.
is that he goes, remember when I brought you that math and we said that we might start a chain reaction that would end the world? He goes, I think we did. And he's, what a great line. But what Einstein was trying to tell him was, remember when you gave me those awards and you all clapped for me and you were basically sending me on my way and saying, you were done with me.
Yeah.
Because one day they'll pin an award on your chest.
Yeah, people are
give
confused
you a medal.
when like they clicked on the thumbnail, like, wait, now they're just talking about fucking Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, you'll have to rewind to get to the Elon Musk stuff. But yeah, Oppenheimer to me was my favorite Christopher Nolan movie until you and I discussed it, and and it even won more awards than Inception, right? It got all the Academy Awards because that's an Academy Award winning film.
Because you said it was better than Inception. I'm like,
and
no,
I believed
bro.
it was.
No, yeah.
And then I went back. The only thing that changed my mind was that Inception, everything had to be built and created from nothing. This is an idea that, and all the different names of the different people, the architect,
it's
and the
pure creativity. Yeah, just like they say in the movie.
It's all pure creativity. Whereas Oppenheimer, this is true events.
Yeah,
we know the story. Yeah. We know the people. We know what actually happened. Just recreating it and in this way where you're watching, it's almost like you watched it happen.
Oh,
like
yeah.
You got to be there for this part of our history.
Yeah,
That's why I fell in love with it.
Yeah. No, and there's something to be said for the filmmaking to be able to do both of those. To be able to do a biopic and pure creative.
How is this guy responsible for these two films?
No, look at what we're talking about. Inception, the Dark Knight trilogy, Interstellar,
all of them. But
Dunkirk, Momento.
Just take
these movies
two.
are all so different.
Inception
but all brilliant.
and Oppenheimer. Just take those two. Like the fact that I have to decide which one I like more.
Which is your favorite movie of all time? Yeah.
Holy
it's insane.
crap. But mathematics is like sheet music. All that matters is that you can hear the music, not play it. Can you hear the music?
Yeah. The casting in Oppenheimer is insane.
Everybody's in it. Dude,
and it's perfect.
Matt Damon as the freaking general.
Perfect.
He's the best. He's my favorite character.
Josh Hartnett as
that other scientist, the Caltech scientist. Yeah,
so good, dude. Everybody.
Yeah, they won't even let me talk to you about the program.
Yeah,
because you're talking about all this stuff. Keep it out of the lab.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I felt like I lived through that part of history with
insane.
them. So he made it. It's a perfect film. I want it to be number one with Inception because they're both the best. But they're just different. If I have to pick one, Inception is pure creativity, so it wins. So yes, to me that would be my second, or it would be tied for first.
I don't think I can, in good conscience, put it over Dark Knight.
I can. I love Oppenheimer. Oh my god, I just watched it again recently. I love it.
Where'd you watch it? I couldn't find it.
I own it. Fandango.
Oh, son of a gun!
So go watch it.
I couldn't find
it.
Yeah, hell yeah, dope. Because I was trying to watch it for this.
I had to have this movie as soon as it came out.
Oh no, because I couldn't find it anywhere. Remember, it was on Max. Now it's just gone, bro. Oof. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying better than Rises for sure.
Yep. Because again, this is a personal thing for me, right? Yeah. This is my favorite part of our history. This is one of my favorite stories. Was some of the Oppenheimer is responsible for the first UFO program and UFO secrecy and how all of these things that I'm interested in when it comes to like UAPs and UFOs and the layers of
all
secrecy,
the stuff we talk on this channel,
the testing, the test site, and come on, it all started here. It's the guys in this program are responsible for the UFO reverse engineering program. These are the guys.
Dude, what am I reading? Bro, Jason Hemsworth played a better Captain America. What are you talking about? What is that? That's pure nonsense. That is. Yeah. Talk about pure creativity.
That is pure creativity. Actually, can we put that Tampa Twins quote as number one? Because if we're going for most creative.
I have no idea what that means.
No, welcome to the chat, Tampa.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, for me, Oppenheimer's tied for first or second for me. If you can't put it above Dark Knight, you can't put it below it. Like,
I can. Yeah.
No, but, I mean, like, it has to be 3 then. It can't be.
No. I'll put it above Rises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So here's
because again, Rises for me is a personal preference. It's knowing Dark Knight is.
Are you okay with Rises being above Interstellar?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's perfect there.
I'm okay with that. Yeah. Totally.
Now, Tenet doesn't get the praise it should. I think it's actually pretty good.
No, it's really good.
Thank you. I thought we were going to fight about this.
No,
it's brilliant,
dude. When I first watched it, I turned it off. I'm like, what?
No.
It's boring. I hated
so good.
John David Washington. I thought his performance was shit. No, it's totally necessary for the character.
Yep.
It was actually a brilliant choice.
The idea
he's sort of a blank canvas that you can put yourself on.
But like his Momento, he is actually the person who hired himself.
I know. It's genius,
right?
But dude, yeah, 100%. But also, his name is protagonist. Like, there's no other way for Christopher Nolan to be like, we want you to be able to project yourself onto this character than that.
Right.
Calling him protagonist.
But I'm the protagonist.
Yeah.
So fun.
And John David Washington plays that perfectly. If he was overly emotional or anything, you wouldn't believe that this is the guy who has the patience to do what he needs to do. The guy who could sit there and get his fucking teeth pulled out without saying a name. But he's a blank slate, but he still has personality. He's still charismatic and carries himself well. You know, it's actually...
It's cool that they can send things back, like the bullets that
talk
come
about
from
pure
the future.
Creativity.
Yeah.
How do you come up with this shit, man?
I don't know.
How does he do it?
Like when he tries to get the bullet to come up, she's like, you have to have dropped it. So he needs to, in the future, know that he's going to drop it for it to come up. So you have to think backwards of what you're going to do.
Tell me how you do this.
Because you decided that to do it, it happens 100%. Retroactively.
So you have to think about dropping it.
Yes, that's brilliant.
You can't just be like, come to my hand.
Yeah.
And dude, but how do you film this? A guy fighting himself. One is in reverse, one is forward.
Yeah.
But
the guy has to pretend he doesn't already know him. Right, because he's meeting him at a younger point before he knows that they're partners for years.
And you have to not kill yourself.
Right.
So he unloads the gun, he shoots at the window.
It's so cool.
But you think this guy's trying to kill him. Yeah. But then you realize, but how do you film that? So Christopher Nolan was like explaining to the stunt coordinator, and I still don't even comprehend it. But he's like, okay, so first you have the guy fighting forward, then you have the other guy fighting forward, then you reverse the footage. Or no, I'm sorry. You have the guy fighting forward, then you reverse the footage, and then you have the guy reacting to him fighting, and then you reverse that, and then you play them together. It's like, what?
God. Yeah, that's
still,
crazy.
That means no sense. It makes no sense.
The backwards fighting is so cool, where they slide backwards.
Dude, so you think he's doing this like creepy, like the Ring type shit, but really,
fall up,
really, it's him trying to back up to grab the gun.
Exactly, yeah.
Like it makes so much sense when you see it.
And the doorways that they go through and come out the other
turnstiles,
side, and they talk backwards, and it has to be played forwards.
So he has the earpiece, so he can hear it played in reverse.
It's cool, dude.
Because he's actually in
reverse. That happened later. It hasn't happened. He's already gone. Yeah, it's so cool. It's
so cool.
Yeah,
it's
so it sets up for a sequel. The ending is the beginning of a story.
Oh, 100%.
So it's like the Ridley Scott Robin Hood movie, where the end of the movie is the beginning of the journey.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they're going to make any more.
No, they won't, for sure.
Sucks.
No.
It didn't do as well as it should have.
Yeah. But the fact that Neil, Robert Pattinson, had to pretend like he didn't already know everything about this.
Yeah.
And he lets a few things.
And when he sees that it's him, he's like, don't worry, I took care of him. He has to.
What happened? I took care of him.
You can't mess with.
Because he already knows everything.
Change something. Yeah.
And he lets some things on by accident, some things, just like when he's like, oh, you never drink when you work.
It makes you question other interactions that he has in the film.
And that's what he says. You think he's a spy and shit. He's like, how did they know where I'm coming from?
Exactly.
It's like, bro, he's like, you have no idea what's going on.
You and I have been friends for years. Like, we've been doing this a long time, buddy.
You never told me who recruited you.
But there's
I thought you figured out by now. You did.
Yeah, exactly.
So
there's some interactions where you don't know if the character is pretending to meet them for the first time or knowingly pretending, like he's told them, you're going to see me again, but I'm not going to know who you are.
Yeah.
So you need to act like you're meeting me for the first time. Like even like the liaison between the MI6 and the CIA, who's played by Alfred.
Yeah,
I don't think that's the first time they met, but they do. But he acts as though it is. But I think he's worked with him before.
Well, 100%.
Yeah,
because the way Michael Caine's even like talking to him, it's like
he's
like
giving up so much.
He's like just because he burning through knowledge. Yeah. It's like, wait, what are you doing,
trust
bro?
Was there,
yeah,
because
100%, 100%.
So when you watch it over again, or if you think about it back, you're like, oh, wait a second, yeah,
and it's just
they're doing it for his benefit because he's running the program. Yeah.
I know it's a whole song and dance that they have to do because if they mess it up, who knows the ramifications? Exactly. Yeah, but dude, the fact that the whole movie is, what is it called when they do that thing where they come back to the beginning to play it out? They do it.
It's called. It's like a film term or something.
No. Oh. It's in the movie that they say it a couple times. When they say that this whole thing has been a thing for you, because it's.
I can't remember.
Comes to where it starts for them.
Yeah.
Just like what's his name did. It's when he did it in the car when he wanted the other piece, the cube thing.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. There's a term for that they use. They throw around for
so
it.
we do it. Yeah, we started here, and then I see myself play it backwards, and then I know how I play it out, and then I go and do it.
Yeah, even like the bullets and stuff, they use the word for this. I don't know what it is.
Oh no, yeah, you're talking about I can't remember.
Yeah, there's like a word they use. For
inversion, but
no.
Yeah.
No, there's a like a term that they use. I think I'm thinking of what you're thinking of.
Oh.
No, there's like a term. I don't.
Well, yeah. Well, when they start where they left off, and then they like, man, they literally the whole movie is one of these for the protagonist. Anyway, where are we putting it?
Like I said, I love this film, so it's got to be probably, not over Interstellar, obviously.
I'd say right above
Batman Begins. Yeah.
Begins, yeah.
Way better than Momento, better than Dunkirk. I hope it gets a sequel because then we'll probably really get the meat of the story.
Dude,
but it won't.
Only in the Batman, in the case of Batman, did he do sequels? He doesn't really do sequels.
Yeah, but that movie was set up for a longer story. To be,
I'm happy with the story that we got.
Yeah, I'm good. If it's over, it's over. But I'm saying if they make more, we'll get more.
It'd be cool if like a different filmmaker even like picked up the reins and sort of showed it.
Yeah,
it'd be cool. Just
the
in
guy
that
who does
universe.
All the Fast and the Furious movie.
Yeah, fucking. What's his name? Justin Lin.
Lin, yeah.
Yeah.
What's this? I don't know this movie.
The Prestige.
Oh,
of
wait,
course you do.
I didn't realize from the cover there.
Yeah, The Prestige.
Oh,
Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman, two of the juggernauts.
And we got with some Tesla action in there.
Of
big
course.
Twist ending.
David Bowie playing Tesla.
How did you do that trick?
Andy Serkis.
One of the best actors ever. What's his name?
Hugh Jackman, Christian Bale.
No, the little
Michael
guy.
Caine. Andy Serkis.
No.
What do you mean?
Made his debut in Howard Stern's film. As
Paul Giamatti.
Yeah, Paul Giamatti. As the cop, right? Isn't he the cop?
Oh, you're so funny. That's The Illusionist.
Oh, okay. Oh,
with Edward Norton.
You're right. That is The Illusionist.
Yeah. This is Scarlett Johansson. It's
No, I remember
Bale.
the film. Yeah, I just thought that character was in this movie.
Funny.
For some
Those
reason.
movies
that wanted to know the
confused.
trick, how the trick worked, and at the end he
how
gives
does
them
how does the trick work, motherfucker?
Yeah,
you motherfuckers.
But
how does the trick work?
Bizarre when we find out what's really going on.
Christian Bale,
it's technology. Yeah.
Oh, so it was just a double.
Yeah, it was a literal double.
That's
he had
it.
to keep killing himself over and over again.
No, I'm saying on Christian Bale's end.
Yeah.
He literally just had a twin brother, but they were building to this trick forever.
Right. Yeah.
One had to pretend to be another, and even like
it's
when
cool.
they meet the chick and like they get married to her.
Yeah.
And she's like, some days you mean it when you say you love me, and some days
right.
You don't.
There's like
because one of them is in love with her, the other's in love with Scarlett Johansson.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's and she's like, and the hints throughout the movie, she's like, this wound looks like it just happened yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, it's not healing because they had to they had to live the gimmick. And what's his name? Wolverine I just said. Hugh Jackman is so convinced that it can't be that simple. It can't just be a double. What is he doing? How does he fucking do it?
Yeah. It's obsessed.
He gets obsessed. Yeah, exactly.
reoccurring theme with him.
It's just it's the most obvious thing. Michael Caine says it a bunch of times.
It's better than Tenet, or it's not better than Interstellar. So that's a hard.
We're gonna
one.
have to move shit
We
around.
do. We'd have to move Momento down.
I think it is better than Tenet and Batman Begins. I agree.
Yeah, it is.
100%. So then that means
Momento's got to go down.
Yeah.
Begins becomes 8. Yeah.
That's that.
There you go. Yeah, I agree. Yes.
I think that's it.
What a good list.
Dude, Momento became a 10 or 11.
Deservingly so. He got better as he made more films. And look at the order. It's almost, you can see like.
Well, not really, because Tenet is sort of in the middle here. Oppenheimer is up there, yes.
Yep.
But Dark Knight and Inception are at the top.
Yeah.
Fucking Dunkirk, which is very recent, is closer to the bottom.
Inception was the award-winning film, though. If you look at, like, that's like his magnum opus. Like, that's like his,
for sure.
Yeah.
His
oh,
Citizen
my God.
Kane.
Yeah, it is.
That's his Green is Our Valley.
Yeah, there you go. That's his Green is Our Valley.
That's an old school deep reference right there.
If you know the show.
Yeah.
So, I'm happy with this. I'm good.
Me too. Yeah. So, here's what we got. Number 1, Inception. Yep. Deservedly so. And real quick, let's just run through best scene in all these movies.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say them, then we're going to say best scene. Number 1, Inception. Number 2, The Dark Knight. Number 3, Oppenheimer. Number 4, Oppenheimer. Number 4, The Dark Knight Rises. Number 5, Interstellar. Number 6, The Prestige. Number 7, Tenet. I'm happy with this.
Yep.
Number 8, The Dark Knight. Batman Begins. Number 8, Batman Begins. Number 9, Dunkirk. Number 10, Momento. 11, Insomnia. 12, aka Haven't Seen. Following, his first film ever.
Yeah.
Okay, best scene in Inception. Has to be the very ending. We have Eames being James Bond.
All the kicks, right? Down all the kicks.
Eames being James Bond.
Yep.
Running through. By the way, the skiing in that movie and everything is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
As they're intercutting
so
it with
check it out.
all
Yeah.
the kicks happening.
So you have
ride the kicks all the way.
Yeah. So you have the skiing, Eames being James Bond. You have JGL defying gravity.
Yeah.
Not only fighting defying gravity, but also he has to do a kick in no gravity in 0 G.
The elevator, which is genius.
Yeah. And then also while Cobb and Ariadne are in what's it called? Limbo.
Yeah, in limbo, yeah.
So she has to jump off, kill Fisher while they resuscitate.
Yeah.
Genius, dude. The coolest thing ever.
It's really
the coolest thing ever. And all that is going on. And then Cobb's like, no, I'm gonna stay behind. You meet with the kicks. I need to go find Sato. He's dead by now.
Right. Yeah.
And then that's where the movie begins. And the reoccurring, because this is our number 1. I think we can gush over it for a second.
When the movie starts with that scene, you really don't know what's going on at
No.
all. I knew a man long ago.
Yeah.
Like you're like, okay.
And they repeat the same shit.
An old man alone. Yeah.
Yeah. An old man filled with regret, waiting to die alone. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's like, come back and be a young man again.
I know.
So good.
And then it starts. And they're like
wait,
super
what?
spies doing some.
Dude, one of my favorite shots in film history is him walking through, just screwing on the. Because he just does it like so clean. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's so dope. And then the water coming in, just that beginning.
He's on to us. We got to move it. It's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And then he goes in the
shaking,
safe. Yeah. And even just the little touches like Maul like disappearing from the chair.
Yeah.
Like she didn't get up. She disappeared.
Yeah.
She's not there.
Sit right here. Yeah. That's good.
No,
Damn
don't
it,
Maul. Don't move. Yeah. And then when everything's crashing and falling, Sato's like, oh shit. She's just walking.
Yeah.
They did it because she has nothing to fear.
Right.
She's dead.
Yeah.
It's genius. So best scene in The Dark Knight. That bank scene in the beginning is great, but what's better than that?
The interrogation. Their interrogation. Where they get to. There's also the moment at the end where he says that this is what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object. And I brought him down to our level.
Yeah.
All of that dialogue takes place when he's got him hung up there.
What about the scene with Joker and Harvey?
Yeah, introduce a little chaos. That's a good
turning Gotham's White Knight.
Yeah, that's why I like that. I think the ending scene where he explains why the Joker and Batman have been doing this for so long in the comic. Like why we're still
he can't kill him
this.
And he sees him as just too much damn fun.
You're too much fun. What would I do without you?
Yeah.
It's so
kill
good.
you. Yeah.
And
I don't
we
want
get
to
see
kill
Joker
you.
kind of come to that realization that if Batman's not around, I won't have any fun.
Yeah.
So now I don't want him to
because
reveal
he
himself.
is so much ahead of the game. He's so much ahead of everybody else. Like, what am I going to go back to robbing mob bosses? No. Yeah.
No, you've changed.
Yeah, and he
forever.
did.
I love it. Yeah.
So let me ask you this though: what if Heath never passed? Would we ever get Bane, Tom Hardy?
So what I think would have happened is when Bane, yes, and I think when Bane releases all of the Blackgate prisoners and Arkham prisoners,
Joker would have got released.
He would have gotten out, and then there would have been this like possibility of seeing him.
Oh shit!
Again.
Joker's on the street now. Start comics.
Yeah, because we got to see what's his name was back as the judge.
Yeah, that's
exile or
Oppenheimer
or death.
Death or exile.
We're not going out on that
ice.
ice.
If you think you were going out on that ice, you got another thing coming.
Death then.
By exile. Yeah.
Death by exile.
So best scene in Dark Knight. What is it?
So you think darkness is your ally?
No, Dark Knight. The first one.
Dark Knight. Yeah, that's the hanging when he hangs him up. And
I don't think that's the best scene at all. I think it's the
that
opening, the bank robbery, like you said, the intercutting.
That's
It's an opening.
That's 15 minutes. Yeah. Of multiple places and things going on. It's a whole sequence.
So then I'll say...
So if you're talking about just a scene, like two people having a scene together, it
has
has to be the interrogation or the...
Are we missing something from Dark Knight?
No.
There has to be a great scene in there.
No, it's over. Dude, there's so many.
There's so many.
Yeah. The interaction with... what's his name? Where he tells the story in Burma. That's an amazing scene.
I'll say the interrogation because it is great.
Yeah, the interrogations where they get to finally just face-to-face talk.
Best scene in Oppenheimer. Shit. Oh, it has to be when they finally detonate, right?
That is a great.
It is great.
moment.
It's not the best.
I like the scene where he goes to recruit him to run the program, and he's like,
at the beginning?
Yeah, at the very beginning. He's like, if that's how you treat a captain, I hate to think of how you would treat a humble physicist. Yeah. If I meet one, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
That whole scene where he's like, I'm looking to run the program and my name came up. Actually, no, it didn't. Yeah. He's like, you brought quantum mechanics to America and nobody recommended you. And it made me think why. And he's like, so then he starts telling him how he would do it. He goes, okay, so you want the job. Then he goes, I'm considering it. Yeah. That interaction. I love that scene. Because at the end of it, he is the director in charge of the program.
No, I'm sorry. When we finally see what Oppenheimer and Einstein said to each other.
Of course.
That's the best scene.
Yeah, it is.
That's the best scene.
Because it's the big reveal at the end.
It's the big reveal. And it's so good and it's well played.
I think we did.
And you learn about...
He sees the bombs in his head, all the countries.
And this is like after Oppenheimer's Oppenheimer.
I love the hesitation in the scientists, how like we can't trust anybody.
Of course.
But the Germans are going to do it.
Yeah.
So we have to do it. It's like,
fuck, you're right.
How they have to wrestle with this.
It's a nightmare, but you're right. All right, Dark Knight Rises. Best scene. Yeah, it's that sewer fight. Oh my God. Yeah. Interstellar, him watching those videos back is crazy. No, it's him pulling the things. We finally see him. No, don't leave yet. Yeah. What are you doing? Yeah, stay.
I know. Him yelling at himself not to go is
so sad. So good.
Yeah.
And then The Prestige. That movie's full of great scenes. It has to be. I was gonna say
the big reveal is great.
The reveal I was gonna say, but I don't know.
That's kind of what it all. Yeah, that's kind of the crescendo. Like it's all leading up to finally. Oh, what? Yeah.
When Borden goes and he's like, I won. He's reading the journal. He's like, and I knew you would read this, Borden.
Yeah, that's funny.
And he's like, oh shit. And then Hugh Jackman comes and visits him with his daughter. He's like, you fuck, dude, like that's so good. Yeah, the reveal is great. I mean, who can this guy do reveals? Or can this guy do reveals?
He's great.
Best scene in Tenet, and I'll put this to you. Tell me if you agree. When he goes back in the SWAT armor.
Of course.
For sure.
Yeah, that's so cool.
So sick.
Because
he has to do all this everything. Yeah, it gives us so much context for previous scenes.
Yeah.
This guy can do reveals. Batman Begins.
I don't have to kill you, but I don't have to save you.
You think when he fights him?
Did you finally learn to do what's necessary? I don't have to kill you, but I don't have to save you. And he opens up the bat wings and flies out.
Bounces.
That's the cool dude, because it's just so Batman.
Gordon driving the tank thing, the car.
All that's happening
while he's doing all that. That's
and he
cool.
goes, "Who said anything about stopping the train?" Like, you get to see. Oh shit! Like he got me. Yeah,
Chase, you got to watch
your surroundings.
Chase, you got to watch more Chris Nolan movies. So yeah, Dunkirk. It's the best scene.
I don't know. I watched it when it first came out. But it's one of the best like war movies I've ever seen. So get into it.
Is that the one that has the scene of the dude running and all the bombs are going off on the beach? Is that? Maybe not.
Maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, because that's the one with Harry Styles, right? Yeah, okay. So TBD. Momento, best scene.
Yeah, probably
the reveal again.
The reveal, because you're like, okay, now it makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Insomnia,
and the is such a cool stuff.
That movie's great, but I don't remember like a scene that sticks out to me. I don't know. Does a scene stick out to you from that? And then we haven't seen Following. Okay, good list. I think we lost the chat. That's okay.
It's okay. Yeah. Hopefully you guys check out some of these movies if you haven't seen them.
Yeah, and
what you think? What did we get wrong?
We can make this into a nice little highlight.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Well done. All right.
Yeah.
Well, anybody who stuck around, I appreciate you guys.
Yeah. And
Top little movies.
If you caught us late, you can always go back to chapters. We're gonna have those set up, and you can check out some of the Elon stuff, some of the drone stuff, AI stuff, scary stuff. If you're catching the show right now, make sure you check the chapters, please.
Yep, absolutely.
Like button.
Yeah, actually, let them know, Jared.
Yeah, thank you. Everybody in the chat, always, especially towards the beginning, letting us know what you thought. Thanks for participating in the rankings of the movies. Subscribe. Just hitting that like button does so much for the show, so we really appreciate it if you take the time to just do that. But let us know, just like we had someone in the audience today ask us to look into a topic. If there's a topic you want us to cover, tell us. We will cover it. So that's coming probably next week, so look for that.
Yeah. That's so Jason Hemsworth played. It's just like drivel. Like
I love the 100s. Yeah.
Great. Yeah. All right. We appreciate you guys. Make sure to hit that like button. There's chapters, but you guys will probably already know that because you probably already used them. So we appreciate you guys. We'll see you next week for more fun, entertaining stuff. If you want to become a member, guys, it's cool. Or just hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. We have a Patreon if you want to go check it out. Any way to support the show, we appreciate that. Love you guys. You're the best. You're the bee's knees. You're the Cats BJs, and we'll see you on that flippity flop. Later, guys. Thank you. Bye.